You know, when I have the builder suit on, that I mean business. You guys have been asking me how we make these incredible worlds for so long that I decided to come out today and actually show you a little bit of behind the scenes process of how we actually build amazing things. So if you want to enjoy this video, please do smash a like button. If you want to see more, let us know what you want us to see, like how to build, in the comment section down below. And if we haven't already built it or needs an update, maybe I will do something to it. Which leads us to Peach's Castle. Fun fact, I actually recorded this yesterday and did this whole section, but it didn't actually record my voice because I am actually an idiot. So we are going to go base it off of this. And what we're going to be doing today is redoing just the surrounding area of Peach's Castle. There used to be a mini golf course here. It, was cool, but I really wanted to add some like ambiance and environment that looked more Mushroom Kingdom-like. And I think that these hills kind of capture that. So what I want to do is go around to all these different areas around the castle that look flat, barren, and just kind of boring in general, and redo them. Why I want to update this is pretty much Peach's Castle has been around like since the beginning. It was one of the first things that the grouplings built on this world. And you guys know a while ago we redid our Toad Town, which used to look a lot different. Obviously, we updated that when the Mario movie came out, and we had more of a reference to go off of how to make a really cool Toad Town. So what I want to do today is kind of take those Mario mountains and get rid of all like this area that's just boring. And you'll know this is old because this is before World Edit, so we had to manually place all of these different blocks. As you can see, these are just layers. This is what the bottom of our map looks like if you ever like really wanted to know. But down here, like you can see that these were all placed manually. So obviously this was before World Edit and before I could actually make things like this relatively quickly. So since we already did this section and that was going to be the first part of the video, I'm pretty much just going to go off of that. And obviously the first step here is going to be planning. We have Bum on Battlefield right here, so I don't really want to mess up or go into that area too much. So the first thing I'm going to do is make some obsidian outlines. I'm going to try 20 here and see how actually big that is. I just heard a lot of things break, so maybe that's not good. No, that actually doesn't look too bad. Oh, I forgot about this. We might want to slide it over a little bit. Let's just slide it like that many blocks that way and see if that works. And we are good. So now that we have exactly where it's going to go, we're just going to do something like this. That way we have the main thing. And then we have to decide how tall we want to make it. So let's just see if we just add 20. Oh, I just realized I'm going to be encased in this thing. Well, you only live once. And I can't see. All right, as soon as I break out of here, we can actually see what this looks like. First thing I'm realizing is that it's way too short. I mean, even when we put the little ball roof on, which is relatively easy to do, it's going to be way too short. So let's try to go up maybe 15 here. So instead of size 20, I'm going to have to go up 35, and then we'll see where that takes us. Yeah, I think that'll be a much better size. Now, what we're going to have to do is find the middle of this thing up here, which is relatively easy. You just kind of figure out where the middle is on these two sides. So right there and right there should be the middle. And then just walk until you are like perfectly lined up. And then the middle is right there. And all we're going to do is replace the C for cylinder into an S for sphere. Find that block. It kind of blends in. I don't know why I did that, but if I go like that, I should be good, even though I'm encased in obsidian again. And just like that, we have our mountains. Now, you might be saying, why is it obsidian? Don't worry, we are going to get to that part later. But as long as this isn't interfering too much, looks like we got rid of a tree, some tree casualties. We'll have to sort out here in a little bit as they are being engulfed by this giant mountain. We're going to say, why do that now when we can just do it later? Which is not really a good way to think about things, but, whatever. You got to do what you got to do. So I'm going to go ahead and use a size 10 here. And now that I have that down, we can kind of see what that looks like. We're not going to make this one as tall. Maybe we actually use that 20. I'm going to back up and see if I could get it without, actually. Okay, I didn't even get it close. I don't think I even got that close. Let's just try that one again. We have that in our crosshair, so it should line up, and there we go. That looks kind of good. Same as before, we're just going to throw a top on that, and we now have our second mountain. I'm thinking we make one more engulfed into the side of this hill over here. And if that one was 20, that one was 10, let's go ahead and make this one 15. Let's try to go up 30. I'm kind of going to play around with this to say, oh my gosh. All right, careful when you're doing commands, folks. There we go. All right, so that actually won't probably look too bad to have just those mountains around there. I'm actually kind of starting to like how it looks already. And now that we have the top on, we have 3 nice looking mountains on this side. Now we have to decide what colors we actually want them to be. So let's start with this front one right here. And as you can see over here, there's pretty much two different types of these mountains. There's ones with either like little polka dots on it or these like little squiggly lines. So for this example, let's do a polka dot one. So I'm going to use the BR tool and I'm going to get some white concrete powder right here. That will be size, let's just go for size 6 right here and kind of see how that looks. And we can touch it. Okay, see, that wasn't smart of me. Now, does anyone know why that happened? If you said it because I didn't have a mask, you were absolutely correct. And you have to mask it to obsidian. So that way, when I do this, it'll only be the actual block that we want it to be. And then we're going to go around and just place some sporadic little dots everywhere. You know, it is just absolutely random. So it doesn't really matter where they are as long as it looks good in the end. And now that we have that, we could just go ahead and make this another brush. But since this is all going to be one color, I can pretty much replace near, we'll go 30 obsidian, and then we're going to do some light blue concrete powder, and that should not hit that other one, which is what I'm trying to avoid here. And oh no, what is going on? Oh, I've done something horrible, folks. Something has gone wrong here. Is it fall? Oh no, wait a second. Well, I said it was behind the scenes, so you guys got to see all of whatever just happened right there. Why did oh, can we just, we can't. Oh, that's not good. Things like this happen, and why does it happen? It's because this down here obviously isn't solid, and when you're putting gravity blocks such as concrete powder, they're bound to fall, which is not good. We don't want them to fall. We want them to stand tall. So like if I did this over here, this whole thing would eventually be crushed. So what we're going to do is actually just take our little wand tool right here, go like that, come all the way to this other side over here. Boop, right there, and we are just going to set this to dirt. And all that will do is prevent that from ever happening again, because now it has stuff to stand on. But it doesn't mean that I don't have to go fix what I just broke. I think the best way to do this is pretty much just go like that, grab one side. We will grab another side right here. Hopefully there's no concrete in the center of this. Set this all to air, and just go ahead and redo this section. It's important to realize that sometimes accidents happen while building, and that's okay, because you could always just fix them. It's just part of the building process, honestly. All right, now that we set out to do what our official goal and stated, we are done with that one. And now I'm going to recolor the two of these, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. And after a little bit of world editing, we have all our mountains colored and done. They are looking colorful. They are looking clean. They are looking fabulous. And now we are going to work on the surrounding detail, because I would add mountains like those over there around here just to give it more of that charm. Because if we just left it like this, like sure, it looks okay, I guess, but you got to give it that extra touch. You got to give it that TLC, that tender love and care. Plus, these things aren't that hard to make. Anyway, so what you're going to want to do is kind of just go over here and then find out where you want it to go to. So let's say we want ours to initially go up to there. That looks like maybe it's good. And you're going to set that to dirt. And you're going to want to replace the top layer with your lime wool as well, just to give it that brighter greenish look. From there, though, you're pretty much, it's all up to you of like what kind of mountain shapes you really want to make. Like maybe I'll add one right there, and then I'll just make the top of this some lime wool, and you kind of can get to the point where you're making like these little Mario mountains. With them being so blocky, this isn't really hard. I think that anyone can do this. Like the difficulty level is not really that bad. So go wild, let your imagination run free and see what you can come up with for these mountains. They don't have to look exactly like mine. Building environments is so different than building, let's say, like Peach's Castle, because that, you can't build it however you want. It's Peach's Castle. It's got to at least look like Peach's Castle. But with environments, they can be so random. You want it to make it look natural. And honestly, the more random you do it, like, I don't know, no one can really say your environment looks terrible. Okay, I actually take that back. They can say it looks terrible, like if it looks really, really bad. But I'm saying it's hard to make look bad because of like how random they're meant to be. Environments are one of my favorite things to build in Minecraft because they really let my imagination go wild. I'm not building off of a picture. I mean, I guess I have like a reference picture, but I'm kind of just doing whatever I want. Like there's no exact mountain in Mario that looks just like this. I'm kind of just doing whatever pops in my head and whatever I think is going to look good. I genuinely think people like get so scared when they start building in Minecraft because they think it's going to look bad, or like what they're going to do isn't going to compare to what someone else did. But at the end of the day, it's your Minecraft build. And the more and more you build and try not to copy others and just kind of do your own thing, like the better it's going to look, because you're going to teach yourself so much. So if you're someone out there who wants to start Minecraft building, but you don't think you're going to be any good at it, the best advice I could offer you is just to start. I mean, we all started somewhere. We all know like the feeling of starting something new for the very first time. I'm sure when you started math, you didn't know what 5 times 5 was immediately, but you learned addition, subtraction, and eventually got up to multiplication, probably started with the 1s and the 2s, and eventually you learned. I think that building good is a skill that everyone has in Minecraft. It's whether you're willing to put the time in to actually learn how to properly build, or, put in the work to actually do it. I think a lot of times people just get too lazy and things take too long. Like what I'm doing right now is all manual, but you'll see how much better it makes it look in the end. And if you guys like this video, then I think that we could maybe do like a mail grab bag of some sorts where you guys can leave me questions either on the Discord or in the comment section down below, just things for me to talk about as I build this, because I'm so used to building stuff like this, it doesn't really take much brain capacity. But I would love to answer you guys questions about building, about Minecraft, about our Mario worlds, really anything you guys want me to talk about. But enough of me blabbering about nothing. We have our mountains that are in play. Oh, I totally forgot these over here. Never mind. Scratch it. Okay, now we're done. And I would say that this looks pretty good. Now, I do have to add in some trees. Luckily, we have some trees right here already built. So, I don't gotta build a new one. They're all from the same area. So, that is kind of helpful. I know this is not your normal, like, how-to video. Like, I'm out like, hey, guys, this is how you build mountains step by step and trees and blah, blah, blah. But honestly, I don't really like those videos because it takes away the creativity. I'd rather you guys look at this stuff and say, hey, I could do something like that, and maybe build it your own way and, see how it goes. I've always thought the idea of like copying builds and trying to make your stuff look like someone else's is just kind of lame. Like, is our Mario world perfect? No, of course not. Even things that we built to scale and to look like from the game aren't perfect, but that's what gives it its charm. I know some things might not be scaled correctly or doesn't fit in, or we have random areas that we just came up with, such as like the Maple Kingdom, but that's the fun of Minecraft, is you can do anything you want. I've recently been seeing a lot of different pictures of like people making their own mushroom kingdoms and Mario areas, and I like when they don't look like ours. I like to see everyone's own take. There's not one picture of like, this is the definitive mushroom kingdom. They're all different in every Mario game, and I like to see what people come up with. With all that being said, though, this area is done, and it's now time to move on to this area over here. Now, if you haven't been watching my videos, Antonio is now evil. If you don't know who that is, then go watch some videos. I don't know how to tell you, or don't. I'm not the boss of you. But I do want to add some things just around like this little lip right here. Obviously, I don't think I really want to mess with this Peach's garden part. I know that we probably never used this ever, but it's cool to have little details like this that don't even show up in videos. Another thing people say when they see my world is like, oh my gosh, your world is so big, like mine will never look as good or never be as big as that. And like, to that point, true, it won't. No, I'm kidding. But the actual thing is like, this wasn't built in one night. This has been a world for I think like 3 or 4 years now. And people are always like, well, before I start recording, like if I want to do a roleplay series, I need this big world that's as big as yours and all this stuff. But honestly, you really don't. When we started recording on this world, all we had was Yoshi's Island. Like, the Mushroom Kingdom was in development, nowhere near done, and we made do. We started recording the Yoshi's Island stuff, and then after we moved here, and as we built more and more, we expanded it. You don't need a whole big fancy world to start. You don't even need a world in general. You could start on a survival world. That's the one thing. People always say, like, I want to start making, like, YouTube videos like yours. I want to start doing it. Then just start doing it. There's no specific amount of people you need in your crew, or you don't need your world to be a certain size. You just have to pick up a mic, record your gameplay, and start recording. You'll learn editing and all that stuff as you go. And don't worry if your video's not perfect. I've been doing this for 8 years, and I don't think any of my videos are perfect. They all have little mistakes, but that's what adds to the charm of YouTube. I'm not a TV production. There's no movie budget. It's just a guy making videos that he enjoys with his friends. I'm gonna be honest, that's all it really boils down to, is just have fun. If something isn't fun to you, then don't do it. I've been doing YouTube for 8 years now. Are there some days I wish I didn't have to sit down and record a video and I could just go play Mario on my Switch instead? Yeah, of course. But that's a small majority of days. Most days I record because I love doing it. It's part of my life. It's a part of my day that I enjoy. And if I didn't have passion for it anymore, then I don't think I would still be making videos. Just because you like watching my Mario videos, it doesn't have to be Mario that you're doing. I mean, I was quite honestly probably one of the first to start doing Mario on Switch as soon as the Bedrock or the Wii U Mashup Edition pack thing, yeah, came out. And I really love doing it. And that's kind of been my thing ever since. And we added Sonic along the way, and we've done Kirby and Pokemon, but maybe you just aren't passionate enough about those things. Maybe you could start your own role play. What's something that you're really into? Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what that is, but what's beautiful at Minecraft is you could build anything. You could make any skins you want. You could play it however you want. There's no wrong way to play Minecraft, and there's no wrong way to make a video. It's just whatever you want to do. And I know I've said this already, but I truly think back to the movie Ratatouille, where the big fat chef, I think his name is Gusteau, says anyone can cook. And that's true. I mean, I'm cooking right now. I'm cooking this building, baby, cooking it up. But seriously, anyone can learn how to do this stuff. It's not an exclusive skill set. You don't have to go to school for it. You just have to put in the effort, learn to do it, and master your craft. Nothing is going to come easy. I feel like that's a good life lesson too. People always try to look for shortcuts or try ways to cheat the system so they don't have to put in as much effort. But if you really want to be good at building, then build and practice. Just like anything else, practice makes perfect. There's a reason that's a saying. And building can be frustrating. Don't get me wrong. I built some things, and I'm sure the grouplings can tell you countless stories of things that they just simply didn't know how to build, and it kept looking bad, and retry, but eventually you'll get it. And that's satisfying when you're struggling with something so hard and you finally get it right, and you look back and you're like, yeah, I did that. I built that. To me, at least, it's one of the best feelings in the world. I really don't know how this video turned into like a whole, lecture about Minecraft building, but this is just a taste of some of the topics that we can get into. You guys just gotta let me know in the comment section below what you want me to talk about. I love giving advice, and I love sharing stories from my own life. So if there's anything you're curious about, like I said, just comment it down below and maybe I'll tackle it in the next building video. I also wanted to do this because I feel like we don't talk enough as a community. I feel like I know some of you from my Discord, which, by the way, you could probably join. There's a link in the description. You know me as the guy who voices all the videos and makes the Mario videos, but you don't really know me and what goes on behind the scenes and how we're able to make the videos we make every single day. And I would love to get closer to you guys, like as my fans, as a fan base together. I would love to make the channel more personal again and feel like we actually know each other as creator and fan base. Now, I'm not going to share what my credit card information is or my exact address or anything crazy like that. But I'm willing to take a bet that there's things you guys would like to know about the grouplings or about making videos or just about me in general. And I honestly would love to answer them for you. So we'll have to see where this video goes, how you guys like it. And if you want me to do more things like this, or sort of build, show you guys off how to build and stuff like that while talking about fun topics. And on that note, I think I've pretty much absolutely cooked this area. Sure, we didn't add anything too crazy, just some mountains, hills, and little details here and there, but I think it truly actually makes a difference. And not gonna lie, I feel like I kind of cooked here, but I guess that's up to you guys. So let me know down below what you guys think of the brand new Peach's Castle. Let's get like a floor look at this. Let's see how this looks down here. I mean, not that you could see anything crazy, but just to have it there is like really, really nice. And I think it looks pretty good. Definitely feels a lot more Mushroom Kingdom-y, and that's what I was kind of going for. So let me know, rating 1 through 10 down below. Any other topics you guys want me to talk about or things you want me to build or upgrade within our world? That would also be much appreciated. I hope you guys like this little chat that we had, and I hope we could have more real soon. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.